Listen carefully. This is not noise. This is a reminder. If this voice reaches you, pause for one breath. And if it speaks truth to you, please like this channel. Share it with someone who needs strength. Subscribe for more presence-driven motivation. And leave a comment so this message can travel further. Now stay with me. Most people do not fail because they are weak. They fail because they are scattered. Their energy leaks in 1,000 directions, opinions, comparisons, distractions, borrowed dreams. They wake up tired not from work, but from resistance to their own life. And slowly, silently, they accept a version of themselves that feels smaller than what they know is possible. But there is another way to live, a way that does not shout, a way that does not beg for attention, a way that sharpens the soul the way steel is sharpened, through pressure, focus, and patience. Miyamoto Musashi did not become feared because he was loud. He became untouchable because he was present. Fully here, undivided. When you are divided, everything feels heavy. When you are centered, even difficulty bows to you. Look at your own life honestly. Not with judgment, it's with clarity. How many things are you carrying that are not yours? How many expectations did you inherit without choosing? How many fears did you agree to just because everyone else was afraid? The superior man does not waste energy fighting shadows. He steps into the light of truth and lets illusions die on their own. Right now inside you there is unused power, not potential. Power. Potential is passive. Power is waiting for command, but power only listens to discipline. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is devotion to the self you respect. Every morning you delay, you teach your mind that comfort is the leader. Every excuse you repeat becomes a brick in the prison you live inside. And one day you will wake up and call that prison reality. But reality is shaped by repetition. Musashi trained when others slept, not because he hated rest, but because he loved mastery. He understood something most people never learn. Motivation comes and goes. Presence stays. You do not need more inspiration. You need alignment. When your actions match your values, energy returns. When your words match your truth, fear weakens. When your life matches your inner standard, confidence becomes quiet and unshakable. Stop asking, what should I do? Start asking, who must I become to handle the life I want? The sword does not become sharp by wishing. It becomes sharp by contact. Pain is not your enemy. Avoidance is. Every time you avoid discomfort, you feed weakness. Every time you face it, you starve fear. And fear knows this. Fear is loud when you run, silent when you stand. Most people want peace without discipline, strength without sacrifice, respect without responsibility. But the universe does not respond to wishes. It responds to posture. How you stand in difficulty, how you move when unseen, how you choose when no one is watching. This is where character is forged. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your habits. So examine them: what you eat, what you watch, what you tolerate, what you repeat in your mind at night. These are not small things. They are votes for the man you are becoming. Musashi did not chase enemies. He trained so thoroughly that enemies came to him. Stop chasing validation. Build presence so deep that it attracts respect without asking. When you walk into a room grounded, silent, aware, people feel it. Not because you dominate, but because you are not seeking anything from them. Neediness repels. Self-mastery draws. You were not born to scroll your life away. You were not born to numb yourself into comfort. You were not born to live halfway. There is a version of you that wakes up early with purpose, moves with intention, speaks less, observes more, acts without announcement. That version is not future. It is waiting. Waiting for you to stop negotiating with weakness. The mind will argue. The body will resist. That is normal. Do it anyway. Do it tired. Do it afraid. Do it without applause, because the man who can command himself will never be commanded by circumstances. Stay here. Breathe. Let this sink beneath motivation and into identity. And once you stop negotiating with weakness, something subtle begins to happen. Not dramatic, not loud, but irreversible. You start to notice silence differently. It no longer feels empty. It feels full. Full of awareness, full of control. Most people fear silence because it confronts them with themselves. But the disciplined man welcomes it. Silence is where the truth speaks without distortion. Musashi would sit alone. sharpening his blade long after others had left the training ground, not to prove dedication, but to deepen connection. Steel against stone, breath against moment, mind against distraction. He understood that mastery is not built in crowds, it is built in solitude. Your greatest growth will not happen when people are cheering you. It will happen when no one knows what you are doing, and you do it anyway. There is a moment every day when the easy path opens its arms. Sleep more, delay again, start tomorrow. That moment is a test, not of strength, but of identity. Who are you when comfort calls your name? The superior man does not eliminate comfort. He places it after effort, not before. He earns rest. He earns pleasure. This is how self-respect is built, brick by brick, decision by decision. Understand this deeply. Confidence is not something you think yourself into. It is something you prove to yourself. Every promise you keep strengthens your spine. Every promise you break bends it. And a bent spine cannot carry purpose. You don't need to overhaul your life in one day. That is ego talking. Ego wants transformation without patience. Discipline works differently, quietly, relentlessly. Wake up at the same time. Train even when progress feels invisible. Read when entertainment is easier. Speak truth even when silence feels safer. These small acts are not small. They are signals to the subconscious. They say, I can be trusted. Once your mind trusts you, resistance weakens. Focus sharpens. Energy returns. This is why scattered people feel drained. Their mind is tired of broken agreements. Musashi did not rely on emotion to train. He relied on ritual. Ritual turns chaos into order. Create rituals that shape you instead of numb you. A body trained regularly does not panic under stress. A mind trained in stillness does not collapse under pressure. A spirit trained in truth does not bend to opinion. This is the path of inner authority. When you carry authority within, the world adjusts around you. You stop reacting. You start choosing. Notice how most people live. They react to messages, react to moods, react to circumstances. Reaction is slavery. Choice is freedom. And choice is only available to the disciplined. The man who controls his morning controls his day. The man who controls his impulses controls his destiny. Do not wait for clarity before acting. Clarity comes from action. Movement reveals truth. When fear appears, do not analyze it. Step forward. Fear feeds on delay. It starves on momentum. You are not here to be fearless. You are here to be undeterred. Pain will visit. Failure will appear. Doubt will whisper. Let them pass through you like weather. Do not build a home for them. The superior man feels everything, but obeys only his values. This is strength misunderstood by the modern world. Not aggression, not dominance. Alignment. When your thoughts, actions, and standards point in one direction, life becomes simple. Not easy, but simple. No more internal wars. No more constant self-betrayal. No more exhaustion from pretending. You stand as you are, and from that place progress accelerates. People will not understand you at first. That is a sign you are no longer average. Let them misunderstand. Stay steady. A river does not argue with rocks. It flows around them and reaches the ocean. Keep sharpening. Keep simplifying. Keep returning to center, because the man who masters himself does not need to conquer the world. The world eventually makes room for him. And as the days pass, you begin to realize something most people never notice. Life does not get quieter, you do. The noise is still there. The chaos still moves, but it no longer enters you. This is the shift. When your center moves inward, the outside world loses its power to shake you. Insults feel lighter. Delays feel temporary. Obstacles feel instructional. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? And you start asking, what is this training me for? Musashi did not curse difficult opponents. He respected them. Because difficulty reveals what comfort hides. Easy days do not build warriors. They reveal tourists. You were never meant to live permanently at ease. Ease is a place to recover, not a place to stay. The superior man understands cycles: pressure, release, growth, repeat. Most people quit during pressure and wonder why they never grow. But pressure is not trying to break you. It is trying to shape you. Look closely at your past. The moments that changed you were not gentle. They were sharp, uncomfortable, demanding, and yet you survived. Not only survived, You became more, so why doubt yourself now? The mind forgets strength when it lives too long in safety. That is why discipline must be daily, not extreme, consistent. You do not need heroic effort. You need honest effort. 1 clean hour of focused work beats 10 distracted hours of struggle. 1 disciplined choice beats 1,000 good intentions. Intentions are invisible. Actions leave scars, and scars carry wisdom. Musashi bore scars not as wounds, but as records. Each one a lesson etched into flesh. Each one a reminder. I stayed. Stay with the process. Stay when progress is slow. Stay when results are silent. Stay when ego demands recognition, because the deepest transformation happens quietly. The tree does not announce its growth. It simply becomes impossible to ignore. Stop comparing your pace to others. Comparison fractures focus. Focus builds power. Someone else's path is irrelevant to your calling. You are here to master your blade, your mind, your habits, your reactions, and mastery begins with restraint. Say less, react slower, choose carefully. The man who speaks constantly is usually avoiding listening. The man who listens deeply rarely needs to speak much. Listen to your body. It tells you when you are undisciplined. Listen to your emotions. They tell you where truth is being avoided. Do not suppress them. Observe them. Observation creates distance. Distance creates control. This is how anger becomes precision. This is how fear becomes alertness. This is how desire becomes direction. Nothing inside you needs to be destroyed. It needs to be trained. Most people try to kill their darkness. The superior man learns to command it. Fire can burn a house or forge steel. Your impulses are fire. Without discipline, they consume you. With discipline, they serve you. And service to purpose is the highest freedom. At some point, you will realize you no longer crave motivation. You crave clarity. Clarity of values, clarity of standards, clarity of direction. When clarity is present, action becomes simple. Not easy, but unquestionable. You wake up and do what must be done. Not because you feel like it, but because it aligns with who you are. Identity is the deepest form of motivation. When discipline becomes identity, relapse becomes rare, because you are no longer trying to be strong. You are strong, and strength is calm. No rush, no panic, no need to prove. Just steady movement forward. If you fall, you rise without drama. If you fail, you correct without self-hatred. If you succeed, you remain grounded. This emotional neutrality is power misunderstood. It is not coldness. It is balance. Musashi did not fight with rage. He fought with emptiness. No attachment to outcome. No fear of loss. When you detach from outcomes, performance improves. Because fear leaves the body. Fear tightens. Calm releases. And release allows precision. You are not late. You are not behind. You are exactly where your habits placed you. Change the habits, and time will rearrange itself around you. Stay disciplined. Stay patient. Stay present. Because the man who can sit quietly with himself can stand unshaken before anything. And now you reach the quietest point of the journey. Not the end, the center. This is where you no longer chase improvement. You embody it. You wake up with fewer questions and stronger decisions. You move without rush, yet nothing important is delayed. Your presence becomes grounded, not heavy, not rigid, and stable. This is the reward of discipline done long enough. Not success, not applause, but self-trust. You trust yourself to act when it's hard. You trust yourself to wait when patience is required. You trust yourself to walk alone if the path demands it. Most people spend their lives searching for someone to believe in them. The superior man becomes someone he believes in. And from that belief, life responds differently. Opportunities feel earned. Challenges feel purposeful. Setbacks feel temporary. You stop asking the world for permission to be serious about your life. Musashi never waited for perfect conditions. He trained in rain. He fought when tired. He sharpened his blade when his hands ached. Not because he enjoyed suffering, but because he respected the craft. Your life is your craft. Treat it with the same seriousness. Show up even when invisible. Commit even when uncertain. Hold your standard even when no one is enforcing it. That is integrity. Integrity is doing the right thing when convenience offers an easier option. Integrity is staying aligned when shortcuts whisper your name. And integrity compounds, quietly, relentlessly. One day, you look back and realize you are no longer the person who once doubted himself, not because doubt disappeared, but because discipline became stronger than doubt. You don't need to be extreme. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be consistent. Consistency is what turns effort into identity. Identity is what turns struggle into purpose. So keep walking. Some days will feel heavy. Carry them anyway. Some days will feel empty. Fill them with action. Some days you will question everything. Return to your standards. Standards are anchors in storms. Remember this. You are not here to impress. You are here to become. Become calm under pressure. Become focused amid distraction. Become reliable to yourself. And when the world grows loud, return inward. That is where your strength lives. If this message resonated with you, support the channel by liking this video, share it with someone who needs clarity, subscribe for more disciplined, cinematic motivation, and leave a comment with the one principle you are committing to today. Your engagement helps this message reach those who are still searching. And as you move forward from here, carry this with you. You don't rise by force. You rise by alignment. You don't win by noise. You win by presence. Sharpen your mind. Honor your discipline. Walk your path quietly and let your life speak. Stay steady, stay disciplined, and never betray the man you know you are capable of becoming.